Ladies and gentlemen, I'm absolutely delighted to address you here at this GroundZero 5.0. This is a truly exciting period in India's story. Technological advancement and the internet have blossomed and enabled a more connected India with a thriving digital economy. The groundwork for this has been meticulously laid out over the past few years through the various initiatives under the Digital India Initiative. Our digital first trajectory has allowed us to make very significant progress in totally enhancing our digital capabilities. It is absolutely imperative that we have state-of-the-art digital infrastructure in place upon which Digital India initiatives can be delivered. It is also important for us to identify unique models of technology adoption that promote last mile connectivity in the most remote areas of our country. Towards this, through initiatives such as the National Broadband Mission and the PM's clarion call of laying down optical fiber cables in every village is an important commitment. It is central that India's 6 lakh plus villages get ushered into the 21st century through the provision of critical digital infrastructure and internet connectivity. This is key to India's digital and economic transformation. In India, we have some of the cheapest data rates in the world, and now we have close to 700 million internet users. We add a new user every 3 seconds. There has also been a very high proliferation of mobile devices. With these changes in place, India's internet economy is blossoming into an unprecedented vista of opportunity for both the private as well as public sectors. As a result of all the efforts made by the government, the last few years have seen very eventful movement in the digital space, as the Digital India program has achieved numerous milestones, and some of the flagship initiatives have allowed us to leapfrog and scale technology adoption across a wide range of sectors. If we look at India's stack, the Aadhaar identification system has been the largest identification system initiated in the world and has received global recognition. Every Indian now has a biometric authenticated Aadhaar identification number. We are the only country in the world with over 1 billion plus biometrics, 1 billion plus mobiles, and almost 1 billion bank accounts, what we term as the JAM Trinity. Till date, 1.29 billion Aadhaar IDs have been generated and 55.97 billion authentications have been carried out through the system. This has become the bedrock of our digitization efforts. The unified payment interface platform has also witnessed huge growth over a relatively short period of time. The platform has tremendously scaled. UPI crossed the 2 billion transaction mark in October 2020. UPI transaction volumes have grown about 3.5 times from 0.73 billion transactions in May 2019 to 2.54 billion transactions last month in the midst of pandemic in May 2021. India is the third largest country by the penetration of mobile payments, second largest by the absolute transactions, and the fastest growing. In 2020, UPI enabled 20 billion transactions worth $500 billion in India. Going by the current growth, close to 35% of CAGR, cash transactions are expected to have a minority share by 2030, having less than 50% share in overall economy. About 30 to 40% in offline retail and less than 30% on online retail, making India one of the most digitally advanced payment countries in the world. By 2030, retailers and businesses would rush to meet the demand of the digital payments. POS terminal and QR enabled merchants are expected to grow by 45x in comparison to the 2015 baseline. UPI now has more than double the number of transactions that American Express has globally, something which took them about 4 decades. It is also expected that in the next 3 to 4 years, UPI will overtake other global payment systems as well. India's UPI platform is now on the global radar and has been well received. Google wrote a formal letter to the US Federal Reserve detailing the successful implementation of UPI in India and had recommended the Federal Reserve System of the United States of America to take inspiration from India. There is a tremendous opportunity for us to make UPI a global and scalable architecture for digital payments. The National Payments Corporation of India, NPCI, has set up an international subsidiary to take our unique payment system behind the RuPay network and unified payment interface to the global markets. Now let us look at the digitization process in the goods and services tax. The digitization of the goods and services tax is a key landmark in terms of the India's digital economy. The initiative runs on the GST network, the digital platform which captures information such as sales, purchase, and tax returns filed, which ensures complete transparency in the system. GST did away with 17 taxes and cesses and helped avoid the vast queues in the state boundaries, streamlining interstate logistics. The latest figures indicate the GST collection hit an all-time record high of 1.41 lakh crore in April 21, despite the impact of the pandemic. Another critical initiative has been the government e-marketplace, the GEM portal, which has successfully been able to leverage technology to completely transform the public procurement landscape. So far, the portal has crossed 19.17 lakh seller registration milestone, about five times the number of sellers from last year, 3.87 lakh sellers. In addition to GEM, various retailers as well as small Kirana stores have been embracing online commerce. By 2030, India is expected to become one of the top retail markets globally and is expected to be valued at $350 billion. India is also expected to have about 500 to 600 transacting customers. 88% of new transacting customers are going to be added from the smaller cities. Online commerce is going to be a great leveler as we expect that about 40% of Kiranas are likely to get digitized. There are new emerging models of direct to consumer brands and social media driven commerce that will further develop. All these changes are going to help traditional businesses scale and improve systematic efficiency. E-commerce in India is still in its infancy. E-commerce has completely transformed the way Indians do businesses. This was demonstrated during the COVID period. Online shoppers in India are growing and e-commerce in India is penetrating retail sector faster than global rate, with a growth of 36% CAGR and the number of online shoppers expected to increase at the rate of 15% to 225 million by 2025. I also wanted to talk about digitization in government. The public finance management system is the backbone of the payment system in India. The public finance management system has witnessed massive transactions driven by DBT payments. During just the first few months of lockdown back in 2020, an aggregate of Indian rupee 36,659 crore was transferred through the DBT in the bank accounts of the economically vulnerable. Almost 5.53 lakh crores of amount has been disbursed during financial year 2021. India's ranking in ease of doing business has improved 79 positions from 2015 to 2020, largely driven because of the digitization drive. We are now aiming to be among the top 50 in the next 2 years and subsequently in the top 25. Within India, an exercise has been launched which aims to make the states compete to improve their ease of doing business. With all the digitization efforts and other progress, the Indian consumer digital economy was pegged at $90 billion in 2020 and is expected to become a $800 billion powerhouse by 2030. India also has a vibrant startup landscape. From having a handful of tech companies to dozens and thousands of innovative new ventures, India's startup ecosystem has grown immensely in the past few years. Last year alone, there were over 1,600 tech startups added. While global output shrank by 3.2% during the pandemic, the overall Indian technology sector grew by 2.3% year on year on the back of rapid acceleration in digital transformation and tech adoption. One of the significant acknowledgements of the opportunity has been the birth of unicorns in Indian market, which currently stands at 52 and has overtaken China this year on annual unicorn births, 12 against 3. A similar trend is also being seen in the investment being routed to Indian startups, which are second only to US and ahead of the China market. Over the last few years, many businesses and startups have directed their innovation efforts towards society and social good, leveraging technology and the entrepreneurial mindset to do good. Moreover, the COVID-19 pandemic presented a huge opportunity for disruption and for social entrepreneurship. Today, Indian startups are creating social impact-driven business models, addressing commercial market demands with purpose-driven aspects such as sustainability at its core. The young entrepreneurs are making a positive impact across sectors that solve for some of the world's most pressing problems such as public health, climate change, sustainability, precision agriculture, and many more. The vast scale of data and the massive digital footprint is India's biggest strength for the technological leapfrogging in artificial intelligence development. As India moves from being data rich to data intelligent, it will use machine learning and AI to find solutions to a vast number of challenges: water availability, learning outcomes, health improvement, and enhanced agriculture productivity. India's digitization has had a positive impact on development and growth, providing new opportunities for skilling, jobs, and basic services, and this trend will continue. In fact, this will be one of the strongest drivers of India's growth. Going forward, my belief is that the development of world-class technology products requires critical inputs in the form of data-hungry young entrepreneurs. AI, algorithm engineers, computing power, and the AI enabling policy environment. India now needs to nurture an innovative breed of product managers, AI scientists, product designers, and software engineers. New digital ecosystems are already visible. Opportunities span across upcoming areas such as fintech, deep tech, quantum computing, federated computing, among the other more traditional areas such as education, healthcare, retail. My view is that these are areas which open a vast opportunity for young entrepreneurs to take this massive leap forward in the process of digitization and improving the lives of our citizens. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Great pleasure addressing all of you here.